ultimately, that's the power of the H-Infuser. I mean, you had Jimbo stealing the point. I'm pretty sure he just got double H-Infused from both sides, able to get that flip, and that's exactly
these upper brackets to make it here. And here's a look at the teams. Let's think about this upcoming 3 versus 3. Ardy, how do you think this is going to play out? We've got...
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to be making the run back on Bernal. This could be anyone's game. I do think it's a little bit of an uphill battle, but you saw how much those lights are an X factor for the task managers. They have what it takes, and I do think this is a pretty good map for lights. A lot of head glitches around, Artie.
You got to remember that task managers have been banning Bernal all day, and so for them to be here and possibly winning on the map they've been banning is an interesting set, to say the least. But this is kind of, there's kind of 2 fights happening here. Not only do you have Unfazed versus task managers, but you got HML versus HLL, and I think that combo is going to be huge because, well, Normalize tends to run the R357, which could be really good against the HLL, but it's typically not as strong as the Repeater is up against that team comp.
Yeah, exactly. And here we go. This vault fight yet again being very slow. The stakes are very high, but we're just going to let Unfazed just gateway all the way over to A. It looks like they may get the plug, but not without a little bit of damage on top of Normalize. But it looks like they're just going to get out scot-free, get this plug, and it's going to be task managers having to make their approach over here on to cash out A.
Oh yeah, Unfazed starting this off early. I mean, again, neither of these teams necessarily committing to the vault fight isn't the most surprising thing to me. BMO going to be trying to do a little bit of trolling with the gas canisters, but it seems that task managers, they just dive up to the top, but Unfazed, they stand up the top completely unbroken, and there it is, the 357, the Revo, that is putting out damage, and task managers, well, they are going to have to Control-Alt-Delete and Control-Shift-Escape, and, you know, this joke has been made millions of times, I'm sorry.
Control-C, Control-V, whatever have you, whatever you want to do, but, I mean, BMO's just going to be waiting for these coins for this reset, and I would like to note that Revo can be very, very good against this light composition. You find a headshot, they are basically as good as dead, but ultimately we finally get that reset on the side of task managers. BMO may be using this sonar to get a little bit of information for his team. He does get it spotted out early on, but he's going to try and regroup and reposition, and now they're trying to create this triangulation pattern to try and find a little bit of damage, but it looks like Wade's going to find the damage on his side, and now BMO and Jimbo taking a big RPG. Jimbo peeling for BMO right now and just protecting him.
Yeah, I mean, that was some insane damage here from Unfazed, and again, they're just sort of sat up at this top rope, waiting for task managers to utilize those double gateways and jump on them, and so because they're just so ready for that, it makes it hard for task managers to find that point of entry, especially knowing that you got Aztrack kind of circling around the sidelines looking for the time in. There it is, immediately one headshot from Normalize, and you can't do anything else. Unfazed, they're still up at the top there, but as Juker goes down, he's rezzed instantly thanks to those paddles. That's the medium at its finest. Jimbo gets absolutely gutted on this, but a huge set from Unfazed, completely dominant from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, this might be setting the tone in this Bernal game, but I mean, that was a big uphill battle. I think task managers needs to be a little bit more offensive on these vault fights. You cannot let them just rotate for free, get set up, especially on that point with that high ground. It's very hard to push without maybe a pad, without wasting utility, dropping that point down inside that building. It just becomes increasingly ever difficult for this HLL composition on Bernal.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could just see Unfazed here on this set with intent in their eyes. They are waiting for task managers to fall into their trap. Juker takes some early damage, but remember, there's a heal beam on the other side of that, and that HML set is going to allow Juker to just completely be that bait, force task manager's hand to kind of come in and see if they're going to be able to capitalize on that early damage that for Unfazed has already been mitigated. But task managers are able to read through it. They don't push, and now they're trying to set up for the same thing once again. So you know, where task managers, they're looking for their way in, Unfazed is looking to give them the way in.
Am I crazy? Is Jimbo all the way over on the church right now?
He's behind. No, he's
all the way over on C. No?
I think he's headed for the amphitheater right now. He's on the, I think he's on the little turny, twisty thing. He's trying to get a flank. Yeah, he's right behind. Wait, what? Is he not?
I'm pretty sure he's over on the church, Artie. He is all the way over there.
Can we get Jimbo POV? Jimbo
across
POV?
the point, but either way, I mean, BMO and Wade are just sitting tight.
He's
he's all the way over on that side of the map.
He pulled it down. Okay, so he's actually, you're right. He's making sure that if it goes to C, that it's going to be easier for them. That's such a good read. I mean, again, though, this is one of those things about Bernal where technically, on paper, Task Managers has an upper hand because Vault 2 is so far away from the cash outs. But Unfazed, they're just holding and waiting. They know Task Managers is going to get antsy.
Oh, misses the winch. He's going to try and run away. Abstract dashing away, gets dropped by the red barrel. Now finally escapes. Maybe get caught off guard. Beautiful pathing from Jimbo right there. Catching Abstract off guard, but normally shooting back. Finding BMO, clocking him in the body with that revolver. Wade peeling for BMO. It's just going to be the last one up. Trying to find that revive, but it's not going to be enough because that winch canceling that revive. And it's going to be Task Managers going to get their opportunity to touch the vault only, Artie.
That was like 4 minutes of waiting to find their time in, but the long game paid off, and that is kind of what Task Managers does best. I mean, hey, they suspended the program and waited for the right time to end the process of Unfazed. But as Unfazed respawns here, Vault is just barely finishing up the tab, and Task Managers should be able to quickly cut through this. They've got one gateway. Abstract gets beamed out by BMO. That's crazy work, but Juker is now dove in already on top of the rest of Task Managers, but it doesn't seem that Task Managers is feeling very dazed from this.
Yeah, and it looks like somebody is making the long trek all the way to C right now across the entire map, but Jimbo is a little bit separated from his team. Will they come for that peel, or will they just go get that plug? But now Juker's gonna be under a little bit of fire as Jimbo finally finds that regen. It's just me waiting for Abstract to get back up. This plug needs to kind of come into play a little bit quicker, but I mean, look, I'm pretty sure Jimbo set up both these points. Look at them, they're both already pre-winched.
Wow, I guess that's what that long set was. He went to B as well. This guy's going on a world tour. But we do have Jimbo now eating that RPG with his backside, and Juker just trying to understand why nothing blew up. I'm also trying to understand why nothing blew up. Did we get a read on that? Anyway, we got Task Managers now looking to jump up to the top. They've swapped out here, and they're trying to, scheme some way to keep Unfazed at bay, but Unfazed, they're just diving straight forward on this. They're on a mission to make sure that Wade does not get rezzed. As they take out Jimbo, just gotta find BMO. BMO off the top there, living up to his name of the ARN, but unfortunately for him, he will get beamed out as Unfazed finishes off a little bit of extra damage, pushes through, makes their way to get this cash out. They will be able to hold this flip, Sotsoyo. Question for Task Managers is, will BMO be able to stay alive here long enough for the team to coin and reset? Wade's back in, but this is getting kind of sticky, Sotsoyo.
Yeah, I'm holding my breath as BMO went down to 1 HP, but we'll see if winching this out, setting up the point, is going to kind of work in their advantage. I think this is what they wanted in case Unfazed got this plug. It is out in the open, but ultimately they have a lot of work because there's so many places to be here.
I cannot wait to see what Task Managers is cooking up, but I think the Unfazed, they're set for anything. Abstract has that wide angle out to the alleyway, and the Task Managers start to make their way in, Sotsoyo. It seems the Unfazed was ready for anything as BMO goes out early.
Yeah, BMO going to be taken out, and Wade finds that pick back, but there's only going to be 20 seconds left. They need to do something right here. They have the opportunity. They have a little bit of an opener, but they are still in a 2v2, Artie.
There's no chance. I mean, BMO gets res, but the timer's already gone. Jimbo gonna just sit up the top to try to stick it through. That H+ diffuser can't come out early enough, and even though Juker goes down, it is Unfazed to take the series, and that's going to be Unfazed in that final slot for the finale coming into stage 3.
Map, get that other plug, but stalling and then winching both points, setting both points up, it's crazy.
It's kind of AGB coded, I'm not gonna lie. Our 4 teams for the finale. Playing with money on the line now. Nightmare, Envy, KCP, and Unfazed are your top 4 in Cycle 1 of the online series. And this is how the finale is gonna play out very soon. It's a simple cash out, followed by a best of